Everybody be seated, please. Good afternoon. Squeaky. I'm Christy McGee, the PA Program Director for Emory and Henry PA Program, and I want to welcome our platform party, our class of 2023, and all of the family and friends that are here today, both in person or those watching at home. Let's talk a little bit about the purpose of why we're here today, the white coat ceremony. A little bit of history first. The white coat ceremony actually came into being in 1993 at Columbia University Medical School. Dr. Arnold Gold thought that it was prudent to find a way to celebrate the ending of the didactic year for the medical students and celebrate them before they entered into the medical profession. So he came up with the white coat ceremony, where students accept the white coat, and of course the medical students recited the Hippocratic Oath as a means to verify that they understood the responsibilities that were placed on them as medical providers. Since 1993, the white coat ceremony has become a tradition and a rite of passage in many health professions in order to signify the responsibilities accepted and placed upon the recipient of the coat. At Emory and Henry, we have our white coat ceremony earlier in the didactic year because our students are very fortunate to be able to go with faculty members to the Mel Lehman Free Clinic and volunteer and see patients there during their didactic year. So the white coat is a symbol of trust that has been bestowed upon us to recognize our commitment as healers and is centered around evaluating the value of caring for others. It symbolizes commitment to our patients, to each other, can't turn my page, commitment to the faculty, staff, advisors, and mentors of our program, commitment to our families, our communities, and ourselves. Today, once these students accept the white coat and recite the PA oath, they are willingly accepting the responsibility from this day forward to lead honorable and righteous lives. The white coat should serve as a reminder of the expected professional duties to their patients and their communities. Traditionally, white coats are placed by medical providers who have already completed their training and are practicing clinicians, and that is why our faculty will be coating the students today. You will also notice that the white coats the students don as they come across the stage are short as compared to the longer white coats that the faculty wear. And that is actually signifying student status. And once they graduate from PA school, they are then eligible to wear the long white coat. Students, don't forget your white coat will signal to your colleagues the path you have chosen. It's a symbol of togetherness in the struggle to improve health and to prevent, treat, and cure disease. Don't forget the togetherness in this journey. Your commitment to each other will seem impossible initially, but I think you will find the more and more time you spend together, the better the relationships are you will form with your classmates and with the faculty. I ask all of you to always remember your commitment to each other every time you wear your white coat and support each other through times of struggle and success. Some words of wisdom from a Chinese proverb: teachers open the door, but you must walk through it by yourself. So this will require significant effort on your part. I think you're already aware of that after semester one, and I have complete faith that you guys can make it through this didactic year and do well. Please allow me now to introduce Dr. Lou Fincher, the Dean of the School of Health Sciences and Vice President of Emory and Henry College. She has some comments for you guys today.
On behalf of the Emory and Henry College School of Health Sciences, I too want to welcome the family and friends of our first-year PA students. We're so glad that you were able to join us today for this special event. Class of 2023, today is a huge milestone for you in your journey to becoming a healthcare professional. In just a few short moments, just as Professor McGee mentioned, you will receive and don your white coats, signifying the beginning of your patient care experience. As Professor McGee mentioned, you have survived the first semester of coursework, including cadaver anatomy. And you now have the opportunity to shadow a faculty preceptor going into the Mel Lehman Free Clinic, where you will begin to see real patient care. Today is truly an exciting day, and we are all very excited to be here and celebrate with you. I was asked to speak today on traditions of excellence at Emory and Henry College and in the School of Health Sciences. And I would start by saying just this ceremony, the white coat ceremony for the PA program, has become a tradition of excellence for us, and one I certainly look forward to every year. As the oldest college in Southwest Virginia, Emory and Henry certainly has a rich history of traditions that serve to connect us with our past, as well as to help guide us as we forge new directions and new path forward. The college's tradition of commitment to this region and service to the surrounding communities was very influential in the decision to launch a School of Health Sciences and a physician assistant program. One of our primary goals in launching this program is and will continue to be helping to improve access to quality healthcare services in this medically underserved region. Our MPAS program plays an integral role in the college achieving this goal. And by extension, each of you, students of the class of 2023, play an integral role in making a difference in the patient care, healthcare delivered in this region. Emory and Henry College is also well known for its rich history of transforming lives and increasing excellence. And in fact, the historic motto of Emory and Henry, Macte Virtute, means increase in excellence. This expectation for seeking excellence permeates all aspects of the college and is also embedded within the mission of the School of Health Sciences, and by extension into the mission and culture of the Master of Physician Assistant Studies program. Seeking excellence means always being willing to give 100%, if not more. It means taking the time to do things the right way, rather than doing just enough to get by, because that is what your future patients and your patients' families and loved ones need and deserve. You have already found that at Emory and Henry, your faculty will push you, they'll challenge you, while also cheering you to your success. I encourage you to seek to develop and maintain your own tradition of excellence. This mindset of excellence will enable you to be the best physician assistant that you can be, and will position you to truly transform the lives of your patients and the lives of their family and caregivers. You will face challenges. You'll have ups and downs over the next 24 months. Remember that you have a strong support system. You are now part of the Emory and Henry family, the School of Health Sciences family, and you certainly are very well supported by your peers, colleagues, faculty, but also the people of Marion and Smith County who have embraced our School of Health Sciences and you as students in our School of Health Sciences. It's always been my habit to, in providing remarks, provide a few quotes that can help communicate what I think is my message. And because I was asked to speak on traditions of excellence, the three quotes I chose, of course, have to do with excellence. The first one, from an anonymous individual, is excellence is never an accident. It is the result of high intention, sincere effort, intelligent direction, skillful execution, and the vision to see obstacles as opportunities. The second, from Aristotle, we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, therefore, is not an act, but a habit. And the last, from my favorite philosopher, Dr. Seuss, who says, "You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes, you can steer yourself any direction you choose." So as you don your white coats today, I hope that you'll embrace your role as healthcare professionals and steer yourself in the direction of excellence. Congratulations to each of you.
Next, it is my honor to introduce the class president of the class of 2022, Mr. Connor Kerrigan. He's an Emory and Henry graduate and is now in the PA program, just ahead of you all. Many of you know him already. Connor is an excellent example of continuing to strive to always be better and to do what you can to help the local area, which is where all of our hearts lies, in this rural, underserved area. So please welcome Connor Kerrigan.
Hello, and welcome class of 2023 to the 5th annual Emory and Henry PA White Coat Ceremony. I would first like to begin by saying congratulations for reaching this very special milestone on your path to becoming PAs. I encourage you to truly reflect today on the work, energy, and time it took to get here. This year will be very challenging, and it helps to remember just how far you've come, as well as all of the obstacles you've already surpassed. To the family, loved ones, friends, and educators today, I know you have tremendous pride for this class and their accomplishments. Class of 2023, continue to lean on these people through this process. Trust that you will come out okay on the other side. I'm living proof that you can really make it through didactics and still smile. When I learned I would be speaking today, I thought for a long time about the best advice and wisdom I could pass down. However, standing here now, just 1 year out from your exact position, I would instead like to share a quote from someone far more qualified and talk about its impact on me while in my own white coat. Richard Pimentel, Vietnam War veteran and disabilities educator and activist, said this about responsibility. Responsibility isn't what someone puts on you. Responsibility isn't your job description. Responsibility isn't a paper you sign. We all find ourselves looking at situations, and we all find ourselves with abilities. What we have to ask ourselves is, given my abilities, what then will my response be to those abilities? One recent night in the emergency department, I had a patient encounter that tested my response ability. This particular patient had been sitting in the waiting room for 4.5 hours now. My preceptor was working on a complicated discharge note and asked if I could evaluate her first. With only a complaint of nausea, I walked into the overflow section of the emergency room. I introduced myself, and I began to ask my typical list of questions. Any new changes to your diet? Any new medications? Have you been around anyone sick recently? For 10 minutes, every question was met with an averted gaze and a quiet no. Now, I will admit I was tired. This was my 4th 12-hour shift in a row. It was midnight, and I had only 1 hour to go until I finished my first week of rotations. It would have been so easy to say, "Okay, ma'am, that's all. I'll be back with my preceptor shortly." But as I turned to leave, I got a feeling that I could not place. I got the feeling that Professor McGee calls our gut, and I knew that I was not responding to the best of my ability. At that moment, I quit taking notes, I stopped my routine questions, I forgot my excuses for being tired, and I remembered to focus on helping a human being. I set my notebook aside, I squatted to the floor, and I looked her in the eyes and asked a different set of questions. Is there anything else tonight that might be making your stomach upset? Maybe something difficult or stressful you're going through right now? She looked up, finally made eye contact with me, and began crying. I listened intently and humbly as she shared the very difficult situation her and her children were going through. Immediately, with just that interaction, the conversation opened up, and I was able to come up with a treatment plan for much more than nausea. Just before I left the room, she thanked me and told me she did not know who else she could share that with. She appreciated me being patient with her. In my head, I was thanking her because it was a reminder of just how easy it is to miss out on truly helping a patient if you are not responding to your full ability. Every one of you in this cohort today has already proven that you have the potential to change lives as future PAs. You may be talented at communicating and forming relationships with patients. Some of you may be better at assisting in a difficult operation or working out complex cases for critical patients. No matter your individual strengths, I encourage you to build in your abilities as a provider and always be ready to respond to your fullest. Every time you put on your new white coat, I hope you can remember, I will put my patients before myself, and I will respond to the best of my abilities. As I conclude today, I would like to end on 3 impactful statements that I heard and wrote down during my own didactic year. The first, practicing medicine is a privilege and should bring you joy. If it doesn't, you're doing it wrong. Professor Galloway. Your attitude really is key if you want to prevent burnout. Remember why you wanted to go into medicine every day. Dr. Clary. And last, spoken at my own white coat ceremony, people will forget what you say and do, but never how you make them feel. Addison Johnson. Thank you, and best of luck to you all.
That was an amazing story. Thank you, Connor. And now I'd like to introduce our keynote speaker for the day, Dr. Michael Nowak. He is, fortunately for us, our newest faculty member. He's an experienced clinician and PA educator for going on 20 years now. He didn't want me to say that. Including having worked in cardiothoracic surgery at the Mayo Clinic. He's also the founder of Certified Medical Educators, who has helped over 40,000 PAs and PA students pass their boards or their recertification of their boards, which we now take every 10 years instead of 6, thank goodness. So without further ado, it's my pleasure to announce to you Dr. Michael Nowak.
Thank you, Professor McGee, Dr. Fincher, and President Wells for the invitation to speak to this amazing PA class. It is truly an honor and a pleasure. I would also like to extend a special thank you to all the family members here today and to those who are watching us online. I know how proud you are of these individuals before me. PA students, today is a very special day for you. It marks the beginning of a lifelong journey of actual patient care in the clinics and hospitals. It's hard to believe that in your lifetime, you will evaluate and treat nearly 250,000 patients, and I hope you will often reflect upon today throughout your lifetime. Before I talk a little bit more about the significance of the white coat and the Hippocratic Oath, I thought I would share a little about the history of medicine and a man known as the father of medicine. For as long as humans have walked the earth, I would like to believe that at least one person in the ancient extended family was interested in providing medical care to help others with ailments including headaches, poison ivy rashes, tooth pain, and bone pain. The earliest civilizations are thought to have developed between 4000 and 3000 BC. Most healers in ancient Egypt were also priests who believed that gods, demons, and spirits played a key role in causing disease. Their approach to medicine included a combination of religion and early science. Prayers, amulets, offerings, and incantations aimed at repelling demons were used in addition to remedies, including incense, onion, opium, and early surgical instruments used for procedures. A short time later in Greece, a land not that far from Egypt and just across the Mediterranean Sea, medicine continued to grow. Hippocrates was an ancient Greek physician who is traditionally known as the father of medicine. His many contributions to medicine include starting a medical school and teaching the use of prognosis, clinical observation, and the systemic categorization of diseases. We often forget that during this time, and for nearly 1,500 years afterward until the Renaissance period, the knowledge about anatomy was mostly limited to animals, as human anatomy dissections were prohibited, as they were considered blasphemous and taboo. Hippocrates is credited with being the first person to believe that diseases were caused naturally and not because of superstitions or the wrath of the gods. His philosophy included treating the entire person, including a healthy mind and a healthy body. His three main categories included health promotion, which included physical activity associated with success as seen in the ancient Olympic Games, interventions on trauma care, including surgical practices performed on injured patients from wars, and mental care and art therapy interventions, including music and drama, to help improve mental disorders and human behavior. In ancient Greece, the number 4 seemed to have a special significance. Earth, Wind, and Fire is not just a Chicago band that your parents grew up knowing, but made up with air comprise the 4 original elements. 4 times 7 equals 28, the length of the lunar moon as well as the menstrual cycle. 4 times 70 is 280, which was found to be the number of days of a full-term pregnancy. Greek mythology associated the 4 seasons to a goddess who lived on Mount Olympus. In medicine, the number 4 also had significance. Hippocrates believed that individuals could be classified as one of 4 temperaments or personalities. And in order for a body to be healthy, there needed to be a balance between the 4 humors: blood, yellow bile, phlegm, and black bile, which is somewhat similar to the concept of homeostasis that we now better understand today. Fast forward to the beginning of the 20th century, a time when my grandparents were born, and this is, in my opinion, where we truly see significant growth in medicine. Nearly only 100 years ago is the time when X-rays, blood types, and antibiotics were discovered. 2 of the 3 most common causes of death at the beginning of the 20th century included tuberculosis and diarrhea and enteritis, ailments that now have treatments and are no longer common causes of mortality in the United States. Fast forward to today, and we now have thousands of lab tests and diagnostics, incredible pharmacologic therapies, immunotherapies, and even some genetic therapies. Regarding the white coat history and meaning, the white coat has been a symbol of medicine that many of us first remember as we visited clinics or hospitals as a young child. Originally, medical professionals did not wear white, but surprisingly wore black. Black attire was, and still is, respected and considered formal, as evidenced with the black tuxedo. Now that I think about it, one of my favorite professors who I greatly admire also wore black, Professor Severus Snape. Historically, black has also been associated with death and is frequently worn at many funerals today. Priests and nuns have often worn black through the ages, as well as plague doctors who also wore an interesting bird-like beak mask, often filled with roses or lavender to help filter the air and keep away the bad smells of the plague that were thought to be the principal cause of disease. With advancements of the germ theory of disease and discoveries of many individuals, including Dr. Joseph Lister, who was a pioneer of antiseptic surgery and whom Listerine is named after, a change occurred in the late 1800s where medical professionals began to wear white. White became a symbol of cleanliness and often a symbol of hope. This is symbolized in the famous 1889 oil painting by Thomas Aikens titled The Agnew Clinic that showed a surgeon and other medical personnel wearing white. 100 years later, in 1989, the first very small and often unknown white coat ceremony was held at the University of Chicago. When you think about it, it is pretty amazing that our ceremony we celebrate today only first occurred in the same year that the first Simpsons episode aired on television, as well as the year that Daniel Radcliffe was born, the actor who played Harry Potter. This ceremony is a symbolic mantle of the medical profession and confirms a commitment to the cherished values including humanism, compassion, altruism, leadership, excellence, and devotion to the well-being of others. Today, you will be reciting the Hippocratic Oath, one of the oldest and most widely known code of ethics. The Hippocratic Oath includes a pledge to practice medicine to the best of your ability and the promise of patient confidentiality. Associated with this oath is a Latin phrase, primum non nocere, which means do no harm. This motto comes from the original Greek text that loosely translates to, as to diseases, make a habit of two things, to help or at least do no harm. When I look back at my own medical training, I pass on to you some things a general surgeon, Dr. Evan Evans, taught me years ago. To educate and provide medical and surgical options to patients. Help to guide patients in making their decision. And most importantly, respect the ultimate decision of the patient. Dr. Evans also taught me something else that I will never forget. Quote, the solution to pollution is dilution, end quote. And this is related to the sterile irrigation we frequently do at the end of the operation. The overarching theme of the Hippocratic Oath and of its modern descendants is that the idea of the individual who is reciting the pledge is that they are making a personal dedication to ethical and committed care. PA students, in conclusion, I would like to end with a few general pieces of advice to help you in your career. Number one, remember to always continue to work hard throughout your profession. Learning medicine while in graduate school is not easy, but you are among some of the best in our profession. Remember your excellent gross anatomy training. Emory and Henry is one of the very few remaining PA programs in the country to offer gross anatomy with human dissection. Many PAs today work in surgical specialties, and I can personally tell you that having worked in cardiothoracic surgery, including at the Mayo Clinic, this anatomy education is invaluable. Remember that your teachers really do care about your success. It may not always feel that way when you're taking all these tests in PA school. One of the greatest compliments that I've ever received from a student was when they kind of compared me to Professor Severus Snape, a teacher who was, in my opinion, extremely hard, but probably also one of the ones who cared the most. Remember that lifelong learning is very important. You will learn new things every day. Just last semester, a PA student taught me about a man named Rasputin. This man is noted for many things, but one of the more important ones he goes down in history noted for is for saving the last Russian Tsar's only male son who had a bleeding disorder of hemophilia. Primum non nocere falls into that story as this gentleman asked the emperor and the empress to stop the medical doctors for caring with this young boy with the bleeding disorder, which surprisingly actually saved his life. Because 100 years ago, aspirin was used for many things, including pain. And if the doses of aspirin had been given that day, as doctors usually would give 100 years ago, that child may have bled out, but he didn't. Remember to save a little time in your life to volunteer. Over the last 10 years, I have been very proud to personally lead a yearly Guatemala medical mission trip where I've taken PAs and PA students and anyone who's interested to the mountain villages, or aldeas as they call them, to help provide medical care to extremely poor communities. This one's more for your parents, but remember that many of your parents would argue that Generation X is the greatest generation ever. Having grown up in the 80s, I would agree. Remember that you will be helping patients of all ages, and someday you may be treating any of us on stage. And finally, remember that you are not alone, and there are others around you who will help you when needed, including your friends, peers, colleagues, and most importantly, your family. So thank you very much for this great opportunity to speak to you today.
So I just wanted to take a moment to introduce the rest of the faculty. Our Director of Didactic Education, Ms. Amanda Fleener. Director of Clinical Education, Ms. Amelia McReynolds. Our esteemed teacher of anatomy, and until most recently, the medical director of this program for several years, Dr. Tony Clary. They will be coding the students. The names will be read by Professor Davis. And then the final comments will be given by Professor Shanna Presley.
Would the attendants please escort the students to the stage? And I will announce the students' names as they're being coded. Gertrude Afriye. Mary Ashley. And Caitlin Bean. Congratulations. Lindsay Brumfeld. Mary Choplin. Alex Crystal. Congratulations. Nicole Cinquino, Jason Davis, Daniel Day, congratulations. Rita Deba, Marina Del Pizzo, and Jacob Dubler. Congratulations. Jeremy Dickinson, Curtis Dunn, Madeline Engel. Congratulations. Kaylee Flack, Kaylee Geary, Alyssa Gottschalk, congratulations. Rachel Guevara, Elena High, Emily Hivick. Congratulations. Dylan Kovaleski, Samantha Kramer, Margaret Libby, congratulations. Laura Lewin, Alexa Mabe, and Zachary Manuel. Congratulations. Luke Rizanti, Madison Schaefer, Sarah Tartabani, congratulations. Allison Van Zandt, Derek Yates, Congratulations.
Congratulations, class of 2023. And Professor Presley is going to lead you guys through the PA oath and then our closing comments.
Will the class of 2023 please rise and repeat after me? I pledge to perform the following duties with honesty and dedication. I will hold as my primary responsibility the health, safety, welfare, and dignity of all human beings. I will uphold the tenets of patient autonomy, beneficence, non-maleficence, and justice. I will uphold the tenets of patient autonomy, beneficence, non-maleficence, and justice. I will recognize and promote the value of diversity. I will recognize and promote the value of diversity. I will treat equally all persons who seek my care. I will hold in confidence the information that is shared in the course of practicing medicine. I will hold in confidence the information shared in the course of practicing medicine. I will assess my personal capabilities and limitations, striving always to improve my medical practice. I will assess my personal capabilities and limitations, striving always to improve my medical practice. I will actively seek to expand my knowledge and skills, keeping abreast of advances in medicine. I will actively seek to expand my knowledge and skills, keeping abreast of advances in medicine. I will work with other members of the healthcare team to provide compassionate and effective care of patients. I will work with other members of the healthcare team to provide compassionate and effective care of patients. I will use my knowledge and experience to contribute to an improved community. I will use my knowledge and experience to contribute to an improved community. I will respect my professional relationship with the physician. I will respect my professional relationship with the physician. I will share and expand knowledge within the profession. These duties are pledged with sincerity and upon my honor. These duties are pledged with sincerity and upon my honor. You may be seated. In closing today, I would like to thank all of the family and friends that are here in support of our students. The road ahead in the next 24 months will be a challenging one. They will need your support, your patience, and your understanding. Likewise, the road following graduation may also prove to be a challenging one, as these are uncertain times in healthcare, and there are challenges we have not faced previously. So, family and friends, I challenge you to remain steadfast in your support, encouragement, and love. And students, patients will not always remember what you did, but they will remember how you made them feel. I challenge you to offer peace to your patient in times of need. Give words of encouragement and lend a sympathetic ear. When burdens are heavy, be a source for strength and renewal. And now I would like to say a special blessing of your hands. Blessed be the works of your hands that will provide comfort to those in need. Blessed be your hands that will provide hope and strength to patients who are suffering. Blessed be your hands that give peace to those in fear and in pain. Blessed be your hands that nurture and care for the lonely. Blessed be your hands that embrace others with passion. Blessed be your hands that will plant new seeds and touch new life. Blessed be your hands that will wipe away tears. Blessed be your hands that have reached out and have been received. Blessed be your hands that embrace death and comfort those who mourn. Blessed be your hands that carry out tasks as part of caring for each other, your family, and your community. Blessed be the hands that hold the promise of your future. Blessed be the works of your hands through Jesus Christ our Lord, who will bless and equip you to fill his purpose in your life. And today I leave you with just one final thought. Patch Adams once said, "You treat a disease, you win or you lose. You treat a person, I guarantee you'll win, no matter what the outcome." Thank you.
And that concludes our ceremony today. Thank you all for coming, and we wish you safe travels on your way home. Enjoy your time with the students while you're here. They've got to get back to work tomorrow. It's a really busy semester. Clin Med starts. Thank you.